Hey everyone, welcome back. Really excited for this one. This is the Pagani Design No Time to Die Omega Seamaster. So I'd been waiting a while to get my hands on this one. It took forever to come, but from the second I saw it, I really wanted it, and it didn't really let down. So let's jump right into it. Popping the box open here. It's a very standard Pagani box. First to see the watch here, but as you can see, it also comes with a NATO strap. So that's really cool, and I'm probably going to actually start using this because you'll see why, but I don't love the steel bracelet that this comes on. Popping the watch out, you can see that this is just a normal box. Down on the bottom are the warranty cards and everything, so I won't pull those out. Same as every Pagani. If you want to see more of that, look at one of the older videos I've done, but this box is just standard Pagani. As you can see, I went with the white face with the blue and red bezel. I think it's kind of cool. I don't really own many white face watches, so I took this as an opportunity to buy one and review the watch, and I honestly would have, if it was going to be an everyday watch, probably gone with a different face, but I thought this was a cool opportunity to dive into a white-faced watch. First impression holding the watch is this thing is heavy. I'm assuming it's probably this bracelet that holds most of the weight, but compared to the Submariner I have and the Datejust and the Daytona, this is by far the heaviest watch. I believe one of the other watch channels I saw review this said it was around 188 grams, so this thing has some heft to it. Here are just some basic specifications for this watch. It's an NH35A mechanical movement. It is 42 millimeters in diameter. The case is 14 millimeters thick, and the bandwidth is 20 millimeters. It is the curved dome sapphire crystal, which is pretty cool on a watch of this price point. And I'm not going to test it, but I have seen other people test and confirm that this is actually a sapphire crystal. I love the face on this watch. I love that it doesn't have a cyclops magnifying the date. I think the blue and red and white combo is really cool. The dial really kind of pops looking at it, and I love the minute and hour hand. The bezel is okay. It has some play to it. I think mine might be a little loose, so I'm going to look into that. But as you can see here, pre-clicking, it does have a lot of play back and forth, which I'm not crazy about, but at $120, not really going to, be too mad about that. The crown is nice. It has what appears to be the Pagani logo and the crown guards, so that's nice. But that's where the things I love and you hit the bracelet. I thought I was going to love this bracelet because it looks so good, in my opinion, and it has some great heft to it, but the brushing on it isn't wonderful. It's not terrible, but as you can see here on the 6 o'clock side of the bracelet, the first two links don't really lie flat. They get stuck on each other. I don't know if this is just mine or all of them, but as you can see, they're very hard to move, so therefore it doesn't really sit great on the wrist. Also, you could see into each link because there's a good amount of spacing and play between them, that as you're wearing it and looking at it, you see the unpolished inner part of the links, which is kind of annoying. On the positive side, though, I do really like this clasp. It doesn't feel the most sturdy when you click it like most of them do, but aside from that, it's designed well. I feel safe wearing it, and it does have a great little diver extension that's probably better than some of the other more expensive watches I've owned and seen. On the wrist here, you can kind of see what I was talking about with it not sitting completely flat due to those links. If I push it down, it does sit a little better, but it always kind of gets snagged in that one spot and keeps kind of buckling out. And you can see there's a lot of play kind of in the bracelet. You can see a lot of the tops of the links, which I don't love. The bracelet's kind of just clumsily done in my opinion, but I don't hate it. For what it is and the heft of it, they missed the mark, but it's a great attempt, I think, from them. And I think they're on the track to making better bracelets, because compared to the Rolex replica ones, this is, in my opinion, a much better bracelet. Wearing it, though, I don't feel like the 42 millimeters wears that big. I think it looks to me to be a little smaller than 42. And it does feel 14 because the bezel sits very high compared to the side of the case, and then the domed crystal on top of that, so it does from the side look thick, but I don't think it feels 42 millimeters across as compared to some of my other watches that are around the same size that either feel much bigger or feel less big. Here's a shot of the lume. It's not bad. It's definitely on par with Pagani. I'm not really going to use this in the dark, so it doesn't really bother me that it doesn't last forever, but it lasts for an adequate amount of time for a watch in this price point. All in all, seeing how this was one of the more expensive Paganis I've purchased, I'm not totally pleased with some of the quality issues. The bracelet annoys me a little bit, and the bezel annoy me. But I think the overall direction that this watch is going in is pretty good. I think it's a decent watch, and I think it looks great. It's just there's some small issues that kind of miss the mark, and for what I paid for this, for what everyone else is going to pay for this, I don't think that's a deal breaker, especially seeing how it comes with the NATO also. I think once you replace the bracelet, the bezel being a little annoying is fine, but it's a much better watch once you take it off the bracelet, so I would recommend you all doing that. And definitely, if you think this watch is cool, grab it. It's not that expensive, and I think it's worth what I paid for it, even with the small issues. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys soon, hopefully with some new watches. Until next time, everyone be safe. See you soon.